Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Alistair again. Over half clear. Brilliant. Oh, scored! Where on earth did he get that from? Paul Williams.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. Special edition tonight. No Miles, he's up in the air. He's probably there in Gran Canaria now, gone for a nice sunshine break. So you've got myself, Claudio and Vicky. A special quiz night. You know, we've had the quiz night before, and it's back by popular demand. So we've got that tonight. We've also got Spot the Ball as well. So we'll be bringing that in as well for you to get a chance to win a prize, Spot the Ball prize. So keep your comments coming in, obviously. So it's a big quiz night. I've got some fantastic questions for you. Let's bring our guests in tonight then. Victoria, good evening.
Evening, Ken. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Victoria will be reading the questions out for you in a short while. And our newest member of the team, Claudio, good evening.
Good evening, Ken. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, my
calling.
my internet is working. My new internet system is working so far, so good. So let's see how long we last. But hopefully, fingers crossed, be no problem. So yeah, we've also got Spot the Ball as well. So I'll show you that in a minute, just before we get into questions underway, so you can start giving your answers for the Spot the Ball. As I said, Miles is gone on his sunshine break. Well deserved, by the way. So I'm sure he'll be looking back at this when he's lying on his sunbed by the pool. So how it's going to work then is, Victoria, you've got plenty. How many questions we got, Victoria, tonight? Then you tell us.
There's 26 questions, so they're like A to Z. So basically, each question we go through the alphabet. The answer will be. So the first one, A, it's either going to be a player, first name, surname, or a team. Each letter of the alphabet we're going to work through. So 26 questions. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then Claudio's going to come in with a little bit of information about each question that we might not know about. Very interesting, actually. Some of the things he's been doing. So he's been doing his own work. And of course, we have got to trust you, obviously, to write your correct answers down, and no Googling, obviously, for these answers. And then we can, at the end, we'll go through and get a winner, and then we'll give you a prize as well. We'll give you a Sky Blue Fans TV mug and coaster as well for a prize for the winner. So you won't go away empty-handed. We've got a few. Let's just go. Got a few. Comments already coming in. Mark Cunningham, evening guys. Evening, Mark. How are we? Hope you are going to participate in the quiz, Mark. I'm sure you're very well up to date with all CCSC stuff. Danny Drury, good evening. Danny, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. Christopher Baker, evening guy. Covandy, evening all. Nation Radio, evening Tony. Graham Thorpe, good evening. And he will miss the tavern next Tuesday. He's on about Miles. He's going to miss next Tuesday's Meet the Players event, which we'll talk about in a bit. That's been announced, and we don't know the players at the moment, but we know it's next Tuesday. So it's a bit of a mystery who's going to turn up. So it could be anybody. Evening to you both, Vicky and Claudia. That's Danny Jury. Thank you very much. And Ian Small back in France, I presume. Now, Ian. Good evening, mate. And this Cardelia. Oh, there you go. Is that your lad?
Yeah, it's Luca. Yeah.
Ian and Luca, thanks very much for your help on Saturday, by the way, for the fan zone. You did really well, and we'll draft you back in next time as well. Obviously, you've done such a good job. Yeah, that's about it. That's all the That's all the comments for now. But yeah, so let's get into it. Let's give you a look at Spot the Ball actually. To start with, we've got Spot the Ball competition on the go tonight. There it is. That's the one. Now, have a good look at it and decide where it is. and then let us know. Some interesting ones there, isn't there?
I'm rubbish. Yes, every week I get it wrong.
So there you go. Message in with your answer, and then we'll have a prize for that as well. So at the end of the show, we'll announce the winner. Or if there's more than one, you'll have to go into a draw, and we'll have to we'll draw a winner out. So that's the spot the ball. We'll show that a few times during the evening. So have a good look at it now and decide which number you want, and then just message in with it. So there you go. Okay, right. Quiz time. Get your pens and pencils ready. And I'm going to hand over to Victoria, who's going to read the first question out, and then we're going to have a little bit of information on that question, or a little bit of a trivia, should we say, or interesting info from Claudio. So are we all ready? All got their pen and papers ready? And no Googling, remember, no Googling. Okay. I'll hand you over now to Victoria for question number 1.
Great, thanks, Ken. Right then, so as I said, it's alphabetical. So the first question is A, and we've got club record signing. Hadji Wright was bought from which club?
Claudia, you got some information on that?
Yeah, interestingly, I mean, obviously the letter A is a clue, but a letter A replaced Hadji Wright at this club. I nearly said the club then.
Don't give the answer away.
Subbalonga, who was at Middlesbrough, now playing for this club. So he's replaced Hadji Wright.
Okay, interesting.
And he's got, well, at Middlesbrough, he got 45 goals in 152 games. So maybe he should have been our replacement.
Wow, yeah. Well, he's got a better record at the moment. It's early days, though. It's early days.
I didn't realise he'd disappeared, actually, and gone abroad. I think he's been to another club in that same country.
Yeah.
Some of these players just disappear, don't they? And you don't know where they're going.
You never hear
players as well. Yeah, so you don't know.
No, you never hear.
Forget about them. They suddenly crop up somewhere, don't they? Like, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got no idea he'd left England, so I was really surprised. In fact, I thought it still was at Middlesbrough.
So. Yeah, I did, to be honest. I did. Okay. All right, then. Question number 2.
Cool. Right, so question number 2. B, obviously. What is the Coventry... Sorry, not what. Who is the Coventry City all-time leading goal scorer? I think everybody will get this, won't they?
Ooh.
A goal every 118 minutes.
That was his record.
Phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah. 173 goals in 228 matches.
Wow.
The goal every... I did have to do a bit of maths to work that one out.
Wow, that's some record.
So he stepped on the pitch and scored. Basically, that's.
Do you think that record will ever be broken?
No, and it's not on the Hall of Fame either. On the wall on that side of the ground, which is appalling.
So
they need to do something, because if there was a, like the is it Mount Rushmore with the presidents?
Yeah.
If we had one of those, he'd have to be there. You'd have to have Jimmy Hill.
Yeah.
I'd say Mark Robbins now.
Yeah.
This fella, Tommy Hutchison, and maybe one other. That could be a good question. Who would be your 5 players to be on our Mount Rushmore?
Wow. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good, actually. Be interesting. You'll get a lot of different players, wouldn't you, on there?
Yeah.
A lot of people have different answers for that.
Well, that's just a phenomenal record, isn't it? And I don't, like you said, it will never get beaten. 1, because that is just such good quality, and 2, players just don't stay around at clubs long enough anymore, do they?
No.
There'll never be a player that will score goals quick enough and be here long enough to ever beat that. I mean,
no, I don't think so. But yeah, interesting. Okay, well, question number 3, please, Victoria.
Cool. Right then. So, just changing it up a little bit. Which team were Coventry City playing in this game? So it was a mystery team, and they got 1 goal scored by Mo Isa, or Isa, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. And Coventry City got 6 goals scored by Tom Bayliss, a McNulty hat-trick, Jordan Shipley, and Max Biamo. Who were they playing?
So who were the opponents in that game? Yeah. Claudia?
Well, they were once managed by Bobby Gould, believe it or not, as well.
This
And not
team.
only that, their nickname has got it's there's somebody at the club associated with their nickname. How's that?
Oh, okay. Couple of clues. Interesting. McNulty hat trick. Where is Mark McNulty now? Is he still playing?
He went up to
Scotland somewhere. Yeah.
He's not playing now.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually.
I know he went. Did he go to Hibs or something like that? Hibs it was, wasn't it? I don't know where.
Yeah, he went to Dundee United.
Dundee United. Yeah.
But it's just a shame because I know he did it. I mean, financially, it was great for him, but I'd have liked another season at Cardiff. But at the time, it was never going to happen because there's no way. Oh, that's right. I've just seen someone just messaged on the comments where he is.
Oh, right. Okay. Playing in America.
Oh, in America.
Okay. Chris Baker playing in America.
Right.
Oh, evening, Chris.
Sure.
Yes, because he tweeted, because somebody said, whatever happened to him, what a waste of career. He put, it's not that bad, mate. I got 3 times the salary and I'm playing football in America.
Well, at the end of the day, he's got to look after himself and his family, hasn't he?
Yeah, and if that's what your ambition is to earn as much money as you can in your career, he did exactly that for his ability.
Yeah.
And we weren't in a position at the time to give him any more money.
No, that's true. Chris Baker said he was at that game, apparently. So, Clive Platt says, Mr. Right, okay. Next question then, Victoria.
Great. So if anyone was listening the other day, I think Miles actually gave this answer away because he'd read my quiz and then spoke about it on the on the stream. So some people might know.
Yes, I remember this. I remember this.
So who is the oldest player to score a goal for Coventry City?
Now, Claudio, without telling us the answer, will give us some information.
He's actually president of an Italian football club with an association to one of our players at our club.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I was very, very interesting because without giving any more clues away, I think he was. Let's put it this way: he was very successful when he joined us, wasn't he? He had a successful time, I think.
He's one of those players that work because you bring those sorts of players in, don't you, when they're getting towards the end of the career, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And
this one
it
certainly
really did for him. That was a great success, I think.
Without a shadow of doubt, yeah. Okay. Question 5 then, Vic.
Great. So, which team were Coventry City playing for the infamous Car Hunt donkey kick free kick?
Yes.
So this is for I don't even think I was born, but I definitely wasn't watching football in those days. So this is for people.
Yeah, I was there because that's the first season I went.
Oh, were you there? Were you at that game?
Well, I've got no memories of it. Obviously, I was only 5, but it was definitely that's the first season I went.
I wasn't there.
But you as a referee, Ken.
Yes.
Can you say why it was disallowed?
Well, I think it was outlawed in the end because you wasn't allowed to flick the ball up like that from a free kick.
Apparently, the ball it didn't rotate.
Yes, there's some words they come out with. Yeah,
because there's also the fact he's got 2 feet on the ball. You could say he touched it twice as well.
Yeah, that's right. So that was outlawed pretty quickly. It wasn't pretty sharply, if I remember.
Straight away.
Because
so
nobody ever done
the ball is meant to roll the circumference, isn't it? To be classed in play, and they're saying there's no way you can say it's going to roll.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we used to see it on Match of the Day, didn't we? When it was beginning of the Match of the Day, they used to show it quite regular. And I think it was Barry Davies was the commentator, wasn't he, at the time?
Yeah,
it was on Match of the Day, and I do see it. Ian Small's come on and said 2 feet touching. That's correct, Ian. Yes, you're right. 2 feet touching was the actual official reason why it got outlawed. So never to be seen again.
And
the one and only.
Cov Andy makes it.
Yeah, Cov Andy said no full rotation of the ball. That's correct, Cov. Yeah, Cov Andy.
So basically, we broke all the rules with that free kick.
That's unlike us. Yeah, unlike us.
Oh, he didn't touch it with his hands as well.
Oh yes, well there you go. But yeah, I do remember it. I mean, I wasn't there to see it, but I certainly do remember it, and it was a one-off because you never ever see a goal like that again. So there you go. Okay then, Victoria, next question.
Cool. Right. So, which striker played for Coventry City between 1971 and 1981, and also played for Everton, Birmingham City, Brighton and Hove Albion, Colchester United, and I have to apologise. I don't know if this is Wealdstone or Wealdstone, but
Wealdstone. Yeah, Wealdstone. Wealdstone. Okay. Interesting.
Good 10 years at the club.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1971 to 1981.
Before my time again.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, I mean,
I have seen
it spanned from 71 to 88 in total, and he only played 217 matches in that whole time.
I think he was a bit injury prone, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he was averaging something like 13 games a season or something like that. It was, but he was also, I think, possibly one of our best loan signings as well.
He was.
Yes,
I do.
Just saying that.
I do remember him.
His goals
coming back.
Kept us up and sent somebody else down where he came from on loan.
Yeah, that's a big clue. That's a big clue there, Claudio.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was.
We'll leave it at that.
Formidable goal scorer. He was a formidable goal scorer. He was fantastic, and he had a good partnership, didn't he, with another player that played for us as well. So yeah, and it was my year. I did see him on many occasions, and yeah, very good. Okay, question 7 then, Vic.
Can I just show the spot the ball again first?
Oh yeah,
sorry. Want to go at that. Let me just do that.
Yeah, good job you reminded me there. Spot the ball. There we go.
Let me just get rid of the.
Spot the ball. Get your answers in, please, and then we will make a note of who's coming in, which numbers, and then we'll give the prize out to them. If there's any winners, of course, there might not be any winners. It might have to roll over. So there you go. That's spot the ball for this week. Very interesting. Okay.
Oh, 1 minute. Sorry. Let's get that off.
Okay, next
question 7 then. Which team did Brian Hill make his debut against? At the time, scoring to become the Sky Blues' youngest player and youngest goal scorer. Who was his debut against?
Wow, Claudio, what can you tell us about that?
He's a local lad from Bedworth. We lost the match, and we were relegated to the 4th division. So he may have been happy.
No one else was.
Fourth division.
Yeah, it's when they reconstructed the divisions. We were in the 3rd division south, and the bottom half of the south and north created the brand new 4th division.
Yeah,
and we finished just below halfway and ended up in what was the 4th division.
Oh, okay.
Because in those days, if you won the league, 3rd division south, 3rd division north, the top teams of each division went up.
Yeah.
It could have been the top 2 of each division went up. But then they introduced the 4th division, so they divided the bottom half of Division 3 South, Division 3 North. So all of a sudden, you've got another division to get out of. Whereas before, if you're in the top 2, you have the chance to get into Division 2.
Yeah,
we're only in there for 1 season.
Okay. Okay, that's going back a little bit, probably before my time. Yeah. But interesting. Cool. Okay. Okay. Next question. Question 8 then, Vic. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So, which player secured the most international caps whilst he was playing for Coventry City?
Oh. Okay.
So it might not necessarily be the most in their career, but just while he was actually playing for us.
Yeah. Now, what can you tell us about that, Claudio?
He played at every level international, every under 17s, under 19s, under 21, B team, full international. there aren't many players who play the whole range.
Right, so he started at the young age.
I mean, they probably do now because say if he was English, say they've got the whole academies, the St. George's, and they come through the whole youth thing, don't with England and carry on, whatever. Back in the day, I think it was only Terry Venables did that as an English player, played at every level.
Yeah.
So there aren't many who play at every single level.
Very interesting, actually. Yeah, we've had a few international players join the over the years, haven't we? So not so much England caps, but certainly other countries, haven't we? So yeah, it'd be interesting.
When I was looking, there's quite a lot actually, more than sometimes you don't realise, do you? And I was looking through, thinking, there's quite a lot of internationals there.
Okay.
Seems it right.
Yeah. Okay then. Question 9 then.
Yeah. So this is another one of these. Who's the opposition? So we're on I now, and it was which team were Coventry playing in this pre-season friendly back in 2012? Unfortunately, it was a pre-season defeat. Probably before the days when everyone had a meltdown over a pre-season defeat. I don't suppose people were bothered back in 2012. But so we were away, and the opponent got 3 goals. Bit of a clue probably from the names. R. Ferran, B. McKay, and J. Oswell. And Sean Jeffers got the Coventry consolation goal.
Sean Jeffers. Well, remember him, Claudio?
Yeah, it's I didn't realise he didn't stay with us long, surely.
No, I think he was. He came through the academy, didn't he, Sean Jeffers? Did he? Was he a youngster?
So.
No, did we get him off Arsenal?
Oh,
maybe we did.
Then he went to Everton, didn't he?
What
maybe.
happened to after that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of a different person then. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do you remember the Benfica friendly hint?
I do, yeah. I could work. Yeah.
The reason we got relegated from Premier League, I think that basically crushed our team because they just it was just so embarrassing.
Yeah.
We've had some pre-season friendlies. I mean, the Bayern Munich one, where Lothar Matthäus he went off at half time because we could kick the ball. It was destroying us. It's like, get him off. It's meant to be a confidence booster. We've played Genk. It's quite. Actually played Ajax, didn't we, as well? There's quite a few.
Yeah.
We don't have these big friendlies anymore at home, do we?
We don't.
It's much better. A bit of confidence building. Beat someone smaller away, and
I can't remember the last time we had a friendly at home. I think it was probably Wolves, weren't it, a few years ago?
Home.
We don't tend to play home friendlies obviously we never had a stadium initially, did we? That's probably one of the main reasons, but there you go. Okay then, question number 10 then, please.
You need to tell people not to put the answers on the screen.
Yes.
Write them down.
Yes. Just remind everybody didn't play last time. Write all your answers down on your sheet of paper, please. Don't put the answers on the screen. And then at the end, I'll be asking who's got what scores, and you must have your answers down on a bit of paper. So please don't message in with your answer. Put them on a piece of paper, and then we'll be asking for the total scores at the end and see if we can get a winner. Okay, then question 10.
Everyone's got a good chance because Claudio won last time, and obviously he can't win this time. So
everybody, he's barred from playing now, so that's why he's here. Give somebody else a chance.
Yeah. Right. So question 10: which player has scored the most international goals whilst he was a Coventry City player?
Okay. Which player's got most international? Being a Coventry City player, Claudio. You'd have known. You know that anyway, don't you?
Yeah, but he actually manages an international team.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Currently,
he's currently a manager of an international team.
And this will, when people get the answer.
Yeah,
it was 5'11", which I
really?
can't. Yes, see your reaction. I cannot believe he was 5'11" because he didn't look 5'11".
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still shocked how tall Matty Godden is. I always think he looks quite small on the pitch, and then when you stand by him, he's much taller than you realise, isn't he? Same sort of thing, I suppose.
Whereas Hamer looked a foot shorter than you thought he was.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing when you get up close to players for photos and things. You do misjudge them the height.
And then also their physiques is quite slight now, aren't they? Even like Faz at the back isn't like a stocky, like a George Curtis built centre half, is he at all? He's quite slim, aren't they? It's
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm sounding almost homoerotic now, aren't I? It wasn't meant to come out like that. These fantastic physiques, all oiled up. Beauty, yes. They're not like that they used to be, are they?
No, that's right. Well, no, you're right. You're right. Okay, question 11 then, Vic.
Right, question 11 then. So name the player. We brought him from AC Monaco, and he made his debut as a sub against Tottenham Hotspur in 1999, and then went on to play over 100 games for the Sky Blues before moving on to Derby County.
Right, okay.
That was quite a fan favourite back in the day, I think.
Yeah,
he had a good song anyway, didn't he? I used to love that song.
Oh, he did have a good song. I think I know what you mean. Claudio, give us a bit of information.
Well, this is more about AS Monaco. That's
right.
I mean, they used to hold the Super Cup final there, didn't they? If you remember, and they've now moved it. Possibly because they could only get 19,000 people in the stadium, which always surprised me because.
Oh, really? Is that all it holds?
Yeah, they used to qualify a lot for Champions League, didn't they? At one stage, when Hoddle was there playing the European Cup, and
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, and it was used to be built on top of a car park.
Right.
Because of land space.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I don't know if that was the old ground or they've moved it since, but it's famous for those arches, isn't it? There's
yeah, that's right, yeah.
It only holds 19,000. I think the old ground may have only held 12,000. It's not very big at all.
Why, man?
That just surprised me because I thought there was a big crowd. I always get the impression that the French have got big stadiums, but obviously, especially because they're quite a big team, Monaco, aren't they? So, I don't know. Is it in this? I don't know if you've ever been there, Monaco. Have you ever been to Monaco, Claudio?
You're just passing through.
Yeah, and have you seen the stadium or not?
No.
It's probably one of these that's on the outskirts of the city, then probably, I guess. Okay, shall we just remind you to spot the ball before we go any further? We're doing a quick spot the ball reminder. There we go.
So let me get rid of them.
Yeah. Spot the ball, get your numbers. Get your numbers in. Interesting one. So, and then you obviously message your answer in on this one, please. Message your answer in on this one, and then we'll see you.
I have to tell Neil to stop writing the answers on the screen.
Neil, you can do it at the end when we go through it. You get an opportunity then to show us that you know.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah. So there you go. Okay.
Cool.
Right. Okay then. Next question, then, Vic.
Of course, we've got another opposition. Who's the opposition? So this is going back to a game from 1996. Who was the opposition that Coventry beat 2-1? The City goals were by Solarco and Whelan, and the consolation for the opposition was by Cousins.
Oh. So who were the opponents? Solarco, Noel Whelan.
This is down to my time in the 90s.
I was disappointed with Solarco. Were you disappointed, Ken?
I thought he had a lot more in his locker. He showed a lot more for Crystal Palace than he did for us, I think.
Yeah, he was one
He
of those
had an
players.
injury though, didn't he?
He did have an injury.
But he came to us, and he always looked dangerous against us. Maybe he was our defender.
Yeah.
But then when he started playing for us, it just wasn't. There's a lot of tippy tappy and
he didn't take his player on enough.
Overs and crossovers and this that, but not much there.
No, not that we've seen him. He played a lot better, I thought, for Crystal Palace. He seemed to take players on, get crosses in, but when he was with us, he didn't seem to do that much, to be honest. But yeah, you're right there. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Okay, we're going to have a little before the next question. We're just going to have a little reminder of the CCFC Boys of '87 night, which is on the 10th of November. The Walsgrove Workmen's Club.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, Vic's going to that one.
Yeah.
And Claudio's going as well, aren't you?
Yeah, Keith's going from Canada. He's coming over.
Oh, Keith, yes, of course. Keith's coming
He's
as
here
well.
for 2 weeks, actually. So
I look forward to meeting him there. So that should be a good night.
Yeah.
Just reminding you who will be there. Oh, well, who will be there. We can tell you who will be there now because we had a question, didn't we? And we gave tickets away, which Paul Hughes won. But remind us who's going, Claudio. I know Oggie's there. Oggie, Bennett,
and Mickey Ginn.
Mickey Ginn, that's it.
I think the 3 best players on the day as well.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Mickey Ginn.
Yeah.
I've rewatched the final. Mickey Ginn had a hell of a final. Really played well. He burst through at least 3 times. He could have done a hat-trick on his own.
Yeah, he could have.
And Benno was just sensational on the wing that day.
Yeah, I mean, Callum O'Hare reminds me of Mickey Ginn a little bit, the way he runs at players and cuts inside, and just a menace. He created so many goals for us, didn't he, during that season?
Well, then saying that, Oggie did make a bit of a cock up in the first half, and he came running out. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember.
And then he came running out for the goal and conceded. But he had a good second half. He made a save right at the death as well, which
he did. Well, we're going to have a short break then, and then we'll come back with the next question, Vic.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Good evening, welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. It's big quiz night tonight. We've got Victoria and we've got Claudio in, well, not in the studio, in their houses. And there's a cat, and the cat.
And the cat.
Right, where are we up to now? What question are we up to now, Vic? What's the next one?
So we're on question 13.
13, yeah.
Cool.
This is, by the way, just to remind you not to message the answers for this. Please put them down on a piece of paper and pen, and then at the end of the show we can go through the results. So no answers on the screen, please, for this. Thank you.
Sorry about the cat.
Right then, the cat wants to take part in the quiz.
Yes. Question.
So question 13, which team did Coventry City play for their first game in the Premier League? So when the Premier League was formed back in the 90s, what was the first game that Coventry City played?
Well, I do remember this, Claudio. I'm sure you do as well, don't you?
Yeah, second fastest goal in the Premier League we scored that day.
Yes.
After Brian Dean, who scored at Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And
we do tend to play them on a regular basis these days, don't we?
Yeah, it's. I always remember that game because obviously the first game of the season, and there was a big hoo-ha by Sky, wasn't there, and everything about the Premier League. And it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I remember turning around to my dad at the time and going, "It's just the same as last season, isn't it? Nothing's changed. It's not all singing and dancing at all. It's just the same."
Quite correct.
Chris Baker's come in and said the cat's got better footwork than White.
Wow, yes. The jury is still out on White. We've got to give him time. It's early days, so he scored a couple, but I know he should have had a few more. I'm sure they'll get back better. Ian Small wants to know the cat's name, Claudio.
The cat's name is Kaneki, which is Japanese. It's a anime character.
Oh, okay.
The youngest daughter named they're her cats. You see, so that's One's Kaneki and one's Harley after Harlequin.
Oh, Neil Pullen said it's Timmy Fisher.
Timmy Fisher.
Let's look at a few of the comments that are coming in. It was a home win, says Chris Baker, in that game. That's a little bit of a clue. Mick Kincaid, Scarborough Army coach, birthday party that night. Oh, right, I know Mick well, yeah. That's Nation Radio. That's Tony. Good evening, Tony. I'm sure you had a good night. Can I change my spot the ball number to 25? You can do. You've got to be quick though. Change before the end of the show. I'll give you another chance. We'll go through all the spot the balls in a minute, or when we get a chance. But at the moment, we'll get on with the quiz and get the next question. So, okay, next question, then, Vic.
Great. So this is another one from the 90s. And obviously for all of us that are old enough to remember, and we're lucky enough to be there, I'm sure we won't forget the Darren Huckabee winning goal against Man United in '97.
Yeah.
So Huckabee obviously scored the winner. Dion Dublin also got a goal. And the question is, who got the first Sky Blue goal that night?
Oh, okay. So who scored the first goal that night when Huckabee scored his famous goal against Man U in '97? You was at that game, weren't you, Claudio? I'm sure you were.
Huckabee's goal was brilliant. I just wish Michael was in goal though, because it was scored against the reserve keeper.
Yeah.
It wasn't striking.
Who was that? Who was that reserve keeper?
You're going to say that. It was a Man United goal, Keith. That's who it was. Okay. That's the only thing. But he made Gary Neville look a bit of a prat, didn't he?
He did.
He dribbled through.
And it wasn't as if United had a poor team out there. I mean, Beckham was playing, wasn't he? Beckham, the Neville, Paul Scholes was playing. They had a full strength team out, didn't they?
I think Sheringham might have been playing, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with the answer to the keeper down there.
You know, it was a team full of internationals, basically, from United. So Kevin Pilkington, apparently, says Chris Baker.
That's right. Yeah.
Kevin Pilkington. Yes, I do remember him now.
The blast from the past, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Next question, then, Vic.
Right, everyone's going to get this one. This is just like an easy one because it's a difficult letter. Which player has the most appearances for Coventry City?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a difficult one to talk about because without giving the answer away.
Yeah. And what can you tell us about that question, Claudia?
He's won 2 European Cup medals.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He reminded me of that because when I met him at a function and I was with Luca and I said, "This is so and so. He's won whatever," and I said, "He's won a European Cup medal." And he went, "I've won 2 actually." So I thought it was quite funny. I said, "Oh yeah, of course you did."
Talking about players' physique, though, he's a tall. I remember when I first met him, he's tall and very imposing, isn't he? When you get up close to him.
I tell you, what's about winning medals and not realising that somebody's at a club and they want to. I mean, most of you will know Jim Montgomery played for Sunderland, so he played against Coventry in 1963. Played in the FA Cup final in 1973. He actually sat on the bench for Forest in the European Cup final.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's one of those ones where you just don't realise that who are sat on the bench basically.
Yeah. Because you forget about the people that don't come on and sitting on the bench, don't you?
Yeah. There's quite a few of these players that you don't realise. I mean, Scott Carson's loving it at Man City.
Yeah, I bet he is. Yeah, picking up all these medals and he's not even playing. Amazing, really. Okay, Vic, question 16, are we now?
Yeah, 16 now, yeah. So, which team did Coventry City come from behind to beat 3-2 at home for 2 consecutive seasons, 2014 and 2015? So we were behind the same team 2 seasons in a row and went on to beat them 3-2 in the end.
2 seasons in a row. No,
Yeah.
we have done that quite regular. I know last season a couple of times we did it, didn't we? Well,
can I stick in a bonus question in that question?
Come on.
Can I do
Go
that?
for it.
Bonus point.
When's the last time we've come from behind to win a game?
The last time.
I should pay more attention to your Facebook.
This is the bonus question, remember, so don't answer it. So
Yeah.
the last time we've come from behind to win a game. I have mentioned this several times.
I was going to say, people who pay attention to you, Claudio, will know the answer to that, won't they?
Yeah. That's a bonus question.
I think I know. Yes.
The last time we've come from behind to win a game.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think I know. But I'm not going to give you any clues. Okay, well, we're question 17 then, Vic. Let's carry on.
Yeah, 17, yeah. So, which club did Ernest Henningham and Neil Martin play together before they recommenced their partnership at Coventry City in the 60s? So they were playing together at another team, obviously built up a partnership there, moved up to different clubs, and then both came to Coventry City in the 60s and recommenced that partnership.
Okay, I'll immediately go to Claudio because that's his era.
Well, Neil Martin was a great signing for us because he came from Sunderland and they were struggling at the bottom of the table like we were. And the following season, Sunderland got relegated. We stayed up because of Neil Martin's goals, basically.
Oh, okay.
He was a good player for us. Ernie Hannigan. Now, if anybody collects programmes, this is one you might not know about. That the first season we played in the first division, 67, 68, we signed Hannigan.
Yeah.
And they issued a program, and then during the week they issued another program, different cover with his face on it.
Okay.
Signing. So I mean, I've got both copies, but there will be some people out there not realise if you collect the programs, there's actually 2 copies of that program, one with him on it and one without.
Oh wow!
Very interesting. And then programs will be worth quite a bit of money now, won't they?
Well, one's hard to get hold of. That's annoying. But I've got them both. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right. Question 18 then, Vic.
So going back to my era now, in the 90s. Name the player. So we signed him from Norwich City in 1991. He went on to make 59 appearances for the Sky Blues before being sold on to Nottingham Forest in 1993.
Okay, we signed him from Norwich in 91. Went on to make 59 appearances for Sky Blues before being sold to Notts Forest in 93. Claudio, any ideas?
I didn't realise he'd played so many games. That's what surprised me. And he now lives in North Carolina.
Does he?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I think abroad. Well, abroad, yeah, in the States. But
I think I know. I think
an awkward player, as I would describe. He was a good player, but I thought he was always a bit awkward on the ball.
Yeah,
because of his size. I think that was the.
That was the main issue.
Yeah. Some players always do look a bit, don't they? Some players just always look a little bit more awkward, whereas other players make it look so silky, don't they? It's just that.
I mean, majority of these players we sign never look awkward at the other club they came from. They just look a bit awkward when they come to us.
Yeah, we're good at doing that, aren't we?
Yeah, we're very good at doing that.
How many times did we play League Cup matches? And Dean Emerson was one, Ray Woods was another. I can name a few more where they played well against us, and we signed them.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did that a lot. In fact, that's probably what a lot of clubs used to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Play smaller clubs in the early rounds, pick up players. That's.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them we do that. They used to do it, but they didn't particularly play as well for us when we signed them, did they?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Question 19 then, Vic. Question 19.
19. Right. So another one of who was the opposition? So who was the opposition that Coventry City defeated in the FA Cup game from 2018? Coventry City won 2-1 with the City goals being scored by Jordan Willis and Jack Grimer. and Charlie Adam got not so much of a consolation for the opposition, and somebody got sacked as a bit of extra information.
Yeah, they did. They didn't play. They were sacked the next day, weren't they? I believe.
But it's amazing those two lads scored at Wembley the same season, didn't they?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I was just thinking about that, just looking at it. Also, this never gets talked about as being the giant killing. We were League Two at the time.
Yeah, that's right. They were Premier League.
Never gets mentioned as a giant killing.
They were Premier League, weren't they?
Yeah. Never gets mentioned. It always gets overlooked.
Yes.
Yeah, always gets overlooked.
I think most people will get that. I think because that was pretty recent, so a lot of people should get that one. Hopefully. Okay, question 20 then, Vic.
Right, so 20. So name the player. He played for Coventry City between 1995 and 2001, so quite a stalwart in the late 90s. And he received one full cap for Scotland in a friendly against France in 2000.
Ooh, Claudio. Now, did you know this one?
Yeah, because he's a strange character, this guy.
Is he?
He used to see football as a job, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't interested in football. It was a job. And when he joined up with the Scottish squad, he didn't know 3/4 of the team. He hadn't got a clue
who they were.
He'd got no interest in football outside of his job. His interests lay elsewhere, basically. And apparently he was very good at that interest.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. But no, I got a funny feeling who it is, though. Yes, we didn't have many caps recently, have we, for Scotland? So, but yeah, I think I know who it is. Okay, question 21, Vic.
Well, so I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, but Jose Pardemo, or something like that, was given his debut against Aston Villa in 1990. But what was his nationality?
He was so overweight. Do you remember him, Ken?
I do remember him.
He just walked around. He looked like him off from the pub.
For all the wrong reasons, yes. Not for the right reasons.
This is a fact I love about this guy. He scored a goal for Estudiantes. And when they celebrated the goal, it was that loud. It registered on the Richter scale. That is true. That's how loud the roar was. It got registered as an earthquake.
That's brilliant.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That's a good stat.
That's how loud it was.
That is a good stat. A very good stat, actually. Okay, let's before we go to the next question, let's have a quick look at some of the comments coming in. Let's have a look. Chris Baker will be a certain 87 evening coming up. That must have been one of the answers. Ian Small and a speed up medal. What's that? Medal?
I can't remember what we were talking about.
Oh, and a super. Oh, yes, on the Super Cup medal.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah. Ian Small, Freddie Eastwood will remember it. Not in the last 2 seasons, says.
That's for the bonus question.
That's for the bonus was, yeah. Part of an all Scottish forward line. Possibly, yeah. And then his ex-wife used to live in my street in the 70s. That's Tony.
Is that why it's ex-wife?
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Toad. Covandi, we did all this with Dean Emerson from Rotherham.
That's right.
Remember Dean Emerson? What a fantastic player he was, and he had a tragic injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
A really bad injury. Really bad injury, if I remember. Yeah.
Gary Megson took him out.
He did. Yes, that's right. In small, Andy. Shame he got injured. Yes, it was.
Yeah, talking about Emerson.
Talking about Emerson. Yeah, correct there. Shall we do another spot the ball? We'll put another spot the ball on. Just to there we go. Just for those people who haven't had a go yet. Spot the ball. You could win a Sky Blue Fans TV Morgan coaster. Just get your answers in before the end of the show, please, and we'll draw it tonight. If we have a winner, of course.
there are some correct answers out there.
I did notice there's a couple of people with correct answers, so we will have a winner tonight, I think, by the looks of it. So there you go. There's a chance to get your answers in. Okay.
Right, let me just clear that off the screen.
The screen next. Okay, and we're on question
22.
22. Okay, let's go.
Right, so this is name the player. So name the player that was signed by Mark Robbins in 2017. He played 24 league games for us during the promotion from League 2 season, but then returned back to League 2 with Macclesfield Town. So didn't actually follow the promotion with us. He went back to League 2 with Macclesfield Town.
Claudio.
Yeah, it's interesting, this one. He's actually got, he's classed as an international player for a certain country-ish.
Country-ish?
Yeah.
It's not a country.
Well, he represents I suppose they're part of the, they are part of the British Isles. So he does represent one of the, he has represented one of the parts of the British Isles.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
He was a strange player, really, because I don't know, I think it was disappointing. He always looked like he could go on to be quite a decent player, and then just actually seemed to get worse for me as the season went on. It was
your first sentence was correct, Vicky. He was a disappointment. Well, you get that with some players. They look the part, don't they? They on the pitch, you think he looks a player, and after 10 minutes, you think he ain't a player.
We've had plenty of players like that over the years, haven't we? That look the part off the pitch, but when they come to play on the pitch, they're nowhere near, or certainly don't live up to expectations, should we say?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 23, please.
Great. So, who is the oldest player to ever play a first-team match for Coventry City?
Oldest player?
Yeah.
In a first-team match. Okay, I think I might know who that is. Claudio, you going to give us any clues?
Well, he started his career, his first game was in 1935.
Really?
And he was still at the club at 1959.
Wow.
And in between, he'd been elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
He made a return right at the end.
Right.
But he
Just to get the stat.
He left them come back. He left them come back then.
Yeah, he'd been elsewhere and he came back for a few. I think he only played a few games at the end, but obviously we're desperate for a player.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
To play that long, you think you got the war in between as well.
Yeah.
Remember, and then to keep playing in the days when, if you've got an injury, that could be it. In terms of recovery,
good career, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's incredible. He played for so long.
It is. Interesting. Okay, it'd be interesting how many people get that right. Okay, question 24, Vic.
Right, 24. So this should be X, but as much as I racked my brains, I couldn't think of a single X answer. So if anyone's got
not even Claudio could fix an X, could you?
No. So this is any letter.
Okay, this is just a wild card.
That's it, a wild card. Which team did Coventry beat to give Mark Robbins his first Sky Blue victory? So this was obviously on his first time as manager, so his first ever Sky Blue victory.
And of course, you know that already, Claudio, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to give a little clue
without giving it away.
Without giving it away, but you need to know heights of certain grounds, basically.
Okay.
Should I chuck in a bonus question?
Go on, put one in. Yeah.
This club and another club have the two highest grounds, as in above sea level, in England.
Oh, wow.
This is one of the two clubs.
Okay.
So name the two clubs who are 1 and 2, highest above sea level?
I think one of them. I think personally, one of them's a Northern club and one of them's a Midlands club. Would I be not far off?
Yeah, you're not far out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're not necessarily they're not necessarily close together, by the way, these grounds.
No, and they are a surprise, I think.
Yeah, I am as well, to be honest.
Well, yeah, the one. I mean, I obviously know the
Yeah,
answer to this question. I wouldn't have said that was. I wouldn't have said that if you'd have asked me that.
No.
So yeah, these two clubs are the highest above sea level in the UK, England. Sorry, England.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I know. I'm sure there's a few people out there that do know. No Googling, remember? No Googling. Question 25 then, Vic.
Great. So, who is this midfielder who's also the father of a current BBC Sports presenter and he played for Coventry City in the late 70s?
Yes, I know. It's Claudio.
Yeah.
Clue?
What's surprising is at the club he was at previously, between 1967 and 72, that's 5 seasons.
Yeah.
He only played 14 matches.
Right.
And he only ever won one trophy at that club, which won quite a few trophies.
In that time, yeah.
Yeah. And he won it in the season before he came to us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That actually surprised me because yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised. He made quite a few appearances for us, didn't he?
Yeah, he did actually.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Question 26 then, Vic.
Right. So the last one. So Zed. Who is the Peruvian international who played for Coventry City in the early 2000s?
Oh, now then, I don't know this, Claudio.
Well, this is what I guessed.
Claudio predicted this would be my question.
When Vicky said, I'm going to do a quiz based on the alphabet, and I said, is this the answer to Z? But this is funny. I mean, this is an amazing fact, I think.
I'm trying to think.
Peru have only appeared in 5 World Cups.
Wow.
Have they?
Yeah. Which is frightening. Like, I remember 3 of them.
They seem to, yeah. I mean, certainly back in the 80s, Peru was a major.
So 1930, they were invited. They didn't have to qualify because basically it was in Uruguay, and they just wanted people to turn up. 1958 in Sweden. 70, which was in Mexico, 78 Argentina, and then 2018 was the last time they appeared in the World Cups. Only 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in my head. I mean, I love the World Cup. I think they're there every other World Cup, but they haven't been.
No. Ian Small said he scored in the 4-0 win over Watford.
I think he's right. Correct?
Chris Baker says, brilliant player, came the year we signed Keno. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, he's another player where I know some people like Gordon Strachan. I just felt he was buying players, or the club were buying players, trying to get success and not knowing what to do with these players.
Yeah.
I mean, Moldovan couldn't score for us. He could score every time he put a Romanian shirt on. He scored every time he played in Switzerland. He scored everywhere apart from at Coventry.
Yeah. South American Golden Boot holder.
There you go. But couldn't score. Yeah. He was a box player, basically, in the box. That's where they had to get the ball.
Yeah.
Most of the other music, I said, why is there not a number 1 on the Spot the Ball? We're just going to blame Miles for that, aren't we? Because he did it.
Yeah, well, that's Miles. I don't know.
I don't know why there's not number 1, but there isn't, is there? I didn't even know.
There is no number 1. I haven't got a clue why there isn't number 1. I'm not sure.
I can guarantee number 1's not the answer.
Yeah. So Miles' fault, and he did it, so we blame him. But yes, well spotted there, because I didn't spot that wasn't the number 1 there. Well spotted. Let's have a look at some of the any more comments we can look through. In small, one is a real surprise. Okay, I think we've gone most of the comments.
Command is put because there's not a ball there at number 1.
Well, that's yeah, you're right there. You are correct. Okay. Well, what we'll do, we will have a little reminder of this. Boys of 87, 10th of November, Wolfsgrove Workingmen's Club. Tickets still available. You can go in and buy them behind the bar, £10, I believe. So that's quite good value for a great night. I'm sure it will be. So 10th of November, we'll be there. And so will Oggy, Bennett and Mickey Gin. So you can have a chat to him. Plenty of opportunities, I'm sure, for photographs and stuff. I'm sure they've got a few good stories to go through. So spot the ball. There we go. That's this week's spot the ball. Get your answers in, because we'll be going through them answers very shortly. There is a couple with the correct answer so far. So your last chance to get your entries in to win, go in the draw, because there might be more than one by the looks of it. So there you go. Yeah, just message your answer in for this. Pick a number, message it in, and then we'll get the correct entries out of everybody who's messaged in, and put them in a draw. We know there's at least 2 correct answers I've seen, possibly more. So there's at least 2 people that are correct. I've got the correct ball, so there you go. Okay, right. Okay, are we going to go through the answers now?
Okay.
Yeah. So get ready, everybody. Get your pens and papers ready. I'm going to go through the answers to the questions, which was starting way back at the beginning of the show with question 1.
Yeah. So I've done these 3 answers together just to sort of speed certain bits of
There
it
we
up. So obviously question 1 was the club record signing Hadji Wright was bought from which club?
Yeah.
I don't know how you say that.
Antalyaspor.
Yeah.
Antalyaspor. The answer was Clary Burton.
That's for the
Cheltenham Town.
all-time leading goal scorer. And Cheltenham Town with a team that Coventry beat 6-1. I'm sure there was probably some people here that were at that game.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
Nicknamed the Robins, as in that was the clue.
I was thinking I couldn't think what their nickname was. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Right, so then question 4, so D, is who is the oldest player to score for Coventry City? Just bring that.
And the answer to that was?
And that was Dennis Wise.
Dennis Wise. Now, I remember Dennis Wise. Remember that acrobatic overhead kick against Hull?
President of Como, where Lewis Binks has come to us on loan from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see. We didn't know that. Didn't know that either. So there you go. Okay, carry on with the answers. Yes.
Great. So then the next one was which team were Coventry City playing for the infamous car hunt donkey kick free kick? And that was, of course, Everton.
Everton, yeah. We've seen it many times on Match of the Day reruns. And of course, it was instantly outlawed. Never see a goal like that again because the FA quickly outlawed it. Okay.
Probably next one. I bet if someone else had done it, they'd have probably liked it.
It got outlawed by FIFA. FIFA,
sorry, yeah.
FIFA did.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so F, which player? Which striker played for Coventry City between 1971 and 1981, and also played for Everton, Birmingham City, Brighton and Hove Albion, Colchester and Wealdstone. And that was, of course, Mick
Ferguson, who had a deadly duo, didn't he, with Ian Wallace, if I remember rightly. Wallace and Fergie era. I remember that well.
Before my time.
Oh yes, definitely. That's my most exciting era for me.
Yeah, Ferguson, Wallace. Yeah, brilliant, wasn't
Cool.
Okay.
Some people are doing well. I can see.
Yeah.
Glenn's got 6 out of 6, so he's doing well.
Well done.
No one else.
Yeah,
let us know how you're getting on, everybody.
Let us know how you're getting on the quiz. Text in, and you got to mark these yourself. So we've got to trust you to mark these correctly. No googling and no cheating, please. Just correct answer.
There's a comment there from Hadders 666.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a Bologna player, but he was at Como last season.
Right. Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. There you go.
I thought Glenn would do well because we were of a sort of similar age, and so obviously a lot of this stuff that I know.
Yeah.
I thought that Glenn might do quite well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure there's. Well, let us know what you're doing, everybody. J-Man, 3 out of 6 so far.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Next one. Sorry, did we get to J? We got to G, didn't we?
Yeah.
So this was the Brian Hale question about youngest goal scorer, youngest player for debut, and that was against Gillingham.
Right. Okay. Gillingham.
It's funny actually, because obviously in recent times we played them quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
And when that sort of cropped up as a question from a long time ago, I thought, it's one of those sort of funny.
Yeah. Yes. I must admit, I didn't know that. But there you go. Okay. There's a few of these I would not have got right, but there's a few I would have got right. So I certainly wouldn't have been at the top at the moment. But yeah. Okay. Nation Radio's got 4 out of 6 I've seen on there. Tony, well done, Tony. Dave McGee, too embarrassed to score. Corvandy says 4. He's got 4, so that's not too bad. 6 out of 7 now, Glenn. Oh, he's got 1 wrong, Glenn. Oh, okay.
Anyway, so for Dave, it's taking part that counts. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, really.
It's a fun quiz. It's a fun quiz. A bit of a laugh, and we'll give you a prize at the end of it, whoever wins. So
cool. Right, so I just lumped a couple of questions together again. So H was which player school got the most international caps, was playing for Coventry City, and that was Magnus Hedman, who obviously many of us remember from the 90s.
Magnus Hedman, he was number 1 for Sweden for a long, long time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We tend to forget goalkeepers and international caps sometimes because obviously they play a lot more goals, a lot more games than the outfield players. They don't tend to get injured as much. So yeah, Magnus Hedman, yeah.
Decent goalkeeper. I used to like him back in the day. A decent goalkeeper.
He was.
So then the next question was, which team were Coventry playing in the pre-season friendly in 2012 when they lost 3-1, and that was Inverness Caledonian Thistle.
Stern John.
Yeah. Oh no. So that's the next question. The most international goals. So obviously for Jamaica.
Yeah, that was Stern John. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have got either. I'll probably. I don't think I would have got either of them, to be honest. Certainly not Inverness Caledonian.
Inverness Caledonian. The best headline ever was when they beat Celtic, wasn't it? When it's Super Cali, go ballistic, Celtic are atrocious.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic
You
headline.
can't beat that, can you? You just can't beat that.
No, that was a brilliant one. I remember that. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
So next question. Oh, sorry, 1 minute.
Next answer.
Okay. Right. So name the player. This was a nice song that we obviously can't sing because there's some bad language in it. But I used to love this song back in the day. Name the player bought from AS Monaco. Made 100 appearances before going on to Derby, and that was of course Mo Cognac.
Yes, Big Mo. I remember him playing against us in that final game against Derby. Remember?
Yeah, when he let us win.
I think he conceded a penalty as well, didn't he, to McSheffrey, if you remember?
I still remember the girl who ran on topless that time. Ran up to him.
Yeah, that's right, he did.
That's my memory of Big Mo.
Yeah, he enjoyed that. Yeah, I do remember that. Fantastic player for us, Big Mo.
I'm glad you said fantastic player. What are we going to say then?
He wore his heart on his sleeve, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So very good.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
So this was for name the team that Coventry beat 2-1 in '96, and that was Leeds United.
Oh yes, 2-1. Yes.
Interesting about Leeds United, because when Don Revie was there, between 63 and 74 was their era. And yet they're still regarded as this huge club. But the only time they actually won anything was in that period. And then they won the league before the Premier League started in 92.
Yeah.
And they're still regarded as this huge club. But their actual period was such a small era when Don Revie was there.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't really won anything since then, have they? To be honest.
No, they won the league twice in that period, that time.
Yeah.
FA Cup, League Cup. They won the UEFA Cup against Juventus. The Cup Winners' Cup, they lost to AC Milan. They lost a few League Cup finals, but it was all in that period. It's amazing how they're still regarded as this huge club.
Mm. Okay, let's have a quick look at some of the comments. Ian Small, 7 out of 10 so far. Some tough ones in there. Yes, Ian, there is certainly some tough ones. Glenn's got 10 out of 11. That's really good. Glenn, actually, really good. Big Mo, says Tony. Yes, how can we forget Big Mo? Legend Big Mo, lovely man. He's been back to the Legends on a couple of occasions. Yes, he has. I've seen him on the Legends Day. Keith Ray, your friend Keith. Claudio, I've still got the Telegraph picture. Is that at the topless girl?
Possibly,
yeah. Glenn's come back on. Was that George Graham's first game? Was it George Graham's first? Claudio would know that.
Oh, I don't know. Possibly. I think he's right. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 11 out of 12. Glenn's got.
It was right at the start. That was start of the season. Yeah. It would be near the start of the season. Yeah.
You can do the next quiz, Vic. Glenn says. There you go. Right. Okay. Let's carry on. Who next one?
That's the next one. So this was which team did Coventry City play for their first ever game in the Premier League? And by a strange coincidence, obviously in view of what happened at the end of last season, it was Middlesbrough.
Yes, which is we've played them a lot lately. I think I'll give you a little bit of clue. Yeah, it was Middlesbrough. Yeah, I still remember that first game. Yeah, and it was great. Do you remember it, Claudio?
Yeah, I was saying. I said when I was watching it, thinking it's just the same as the season before. Of course, it was Mr. Williams scoring the goal, the flying postman.
Yes, John Williams. Yeah. Okay.
That was my first season, but I didn't go to the very last game. So that Leeds 3-3 game was my first game. It was obviously the last game of that season.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so N. This is obviously going on to the Man United game in 1997. We obviously had Darren Huckabee's Maisie running goal, Dion Dublin, and the other goal scorer was Noel Whelan.
Noel Whelan, of course, yes. Noel Whelan, yeah, I remember it.
He scored some great goals in Whelan.
Fantastic player, wasn't he? Yeah.
I used to love Whelan. I thought he was a great player.
Yeah. Just seemed to arrive in the box at the right time, didn't he?
Yeah, he got some skills on him. He was a good player.
Yeah, he scored some fantastic goals for us. I know he was a bit of a naughty boy sometimes off the pitch, wasn't he? But Strachan sort of kept him under his wing a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah,
well, he was a character as well. You like a character, don't you? Like it just makes it interesting when they're a bit of a character.
Well, he stayed with Gordon Strachan, didn't he? And he was
he stayed. Stop him going out around Leamington. He kept him in his house.
He asked Strachan if he could go to the cinema. And Strachan, let's say, okay, you go to the cinema. And so he goes to the cinema, and Strachan and his wife went just to make sure he's gone to the cinema. And then he sat in the cinema, and he looks down at the bottom. You can see Whelan with what appears to be Magnus Hedman's wife. And he's going, what the hell is he doing now? Not realising she'd got a twin sister or something.
Oh, oh dear.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
I bet there's quite a few stories like that in that era.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Next answer.
Right, so which player has the most appearances for Coventry City? And of course, that is the one and only Oggy.
Of course, yeah, big Oggy. How can we forget him? He's still around the club. Well, he's not employed at the club. He's employed with the BBC at the moment. He does the commentaries for BBC CWR match day, doesn't he?
I think he's really grown into that.
Yeah, I think he has now. Yeah,
I think he's very good, and he's very. I like the way he's quite defensive of the club. He's quite positive as well, which is good.
Yeah, it's nice to have an insight because he's worked with Robbins. He knows how Robbins works and what sort of decisions they'd make. He'd have a good idea, wouldn't he? Because he's worked there and he's been there and done it, if you like. So it's nice to have someone like that with a bit of knowledge of behind the scenes, if you like.
We've got the bonus question coming up now, haven't we, as well?
We have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the original question was obviously which team did Coventry City come from behind to beat 3-2 at home 2 seasons running? And that was, of course, Peterborough United.
Yes.
And then, Claudio, you've obviously got your bonus question.
Yeah.
So
When was the last time you actually come from behind in recent times?
When was it?
The answer is Good Friday 2022, Birmingham City away. 2-0 up. And we won 4-2. Ben Sheaf.
Was that the famous sunglasses with
the sunglasses? Yeah, that's the last time we've come from behind to win a game, which I think is mental.
Crazy.
So and this is why I keep saying, if we go in front, we rarely lose.
Yeah.
It's when we go behind, we can't seem to win. We end up drawing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I got stuck in traffic for that game, and I missed the first sort of 30 minutes. And I only got there for the good bit. I obviously missed all the early rubbish and just got there.
On the way up from the roundabout up to the ground, there was a football, and they had Blues fans and Cov fans playing football, kicking the ball to each other and cheering. you'll and the coppers were there joining it. It was a real good laugh, actually. Good atmosphere.
Wow, there you go. I didn't realise it.
Until we won 4-2 and they're offering out some of our crowd.
Yeah, there's always some idiots that try to make it a little bit nasty, isn't there?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Next question.
Right. So this was to do with Ernest Henningham and Neil Martin, who they played for together before they came to Coventry City, and that was Queen of the South.
That is a great question, Vicky.
Queen of the South.
Yeah, what a name as well. Queen. I love that. Scottish names are brilliant. They got some cracking names.
I wonder how many people got that right. Would you have known that, Claudio?
The Q would have threw me off. If you'd have said without the letter, I'd have gone for a Scottish club, but I wouldn't have gone for Queen of the South.
No.
I mean, with the letter Q, most people probably put QPR, didn't they?
Yeah, that's one that initially everybody thinks so, isn't it?
Yeah. But
that's what I should steer away from, a bit of a curveball.
But yeah, good question. Great answer. It'll be interesting to see how many people got that right. Okay, shall we have a look at some of the comments as we're going along? Let's have a look. Glenn's got 11 out of 12. He says you can do the next quiz. Yes, we've seen that. Nation Radio, Man City. Tony
for the first Premier League game. So
Premier League game. It was Middlesbrough. Wrong there, Tone. Got that wrong. Yes, he's quick to realise he got it wrong. It was my first season, says Glenn, but I didn't go to Man City at home. Mick Quinn debut. Okay. This is about Noel Whelan, I think. About his own goal for Borough v Cov.
Borough v Cov, right. It's one of the funny own goals, yes.
Yes, I think I vaguely remember it. Keith Ray's volley v Wimbledon, fed by McAllister.
Yeah.
Remember that? Had a 666. Snowy was a legend, one of the best for us. Well, his own goal he scored for Borough at the Riverside. Yeah. That Willing goal v Saints, says Ian Small.
That's an absolute cracker.
That's another one. Fantastic goal. I remember that one.
Yeah.
In Pimlock, Gordon kept him in. Yeah, Gordon Strachan kept him under his thumb. That's right, he did. Or he tried to.
Well, he kicked in a shop window in Leamington.
I know, yeah. He had a bit of a temper on him, didn't he, when he'd had a few drinks, I think. Where were we? Glenn says, remember clearing the pitch with my dad, make sure the game was on. It must have been bad weather that time of year as well. I've done that a few times. Did you ever go down and clear the pitch, Claudio?
No.
You know when he used to say, there's a couple of free tickets or whatever, get down there, clear the pitch. I went down there a few times as a kid.
No, I lived in Warwick and Leamington. I just thought it was bound to be someone from Coventry daft enough to go down and clear the pitch.
Yes, I was normally down there. Couldn't get free tickets. Oggy's great on the radio, says Ian Pimlott. Birmingham 4-2. That's the first time come from behind. Chris Baker, Frank Noble scored a cracker in that first game. Yeah, he did. I didn't, says Glenn. Great research, Vicky. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, some great questions there. Ian Small, me. He's obviously about. Yeah, he obviously did go down there.
I didn't know if that was the question about the Queen of the South, whether he actually got that right.
Oh, he could have, yes. Yeah. Did you get that one right, Ian? Did that mean me?
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh, that's good. Fantastic. Robert Rosario.
That's the next question.
Tony's a bit eager. He just wants to show us that he got one right.
Ian Small's got 14 out of 17. Glenn has got 15 out of 17. Nation Radio's got 11 out of 17. And Dave McGee said Robbie Keane, Arsenal 3-2, brilliant game. He did some somersaults inches from me. I do remember it because I was behind in the West Terrace that day as well. It was fantastic, Robbie Keane, for us. Just a shame he never played many more games. He only had one season, didn't he, Claudio? Robbie Keane.
Yeah, 9 months. 9 months.
Yeah. That's a shame.
He's one, when you said as well earlier, Claudio, about players coming on and you think, they're a player, and then sometimes they turn out not to be. He was the complete opposite. He came on, I thought, he's a player. And I remember him scoring that goal. I think it was against Derby. And the ball came over and the defender jumped for it and he just stood back and didn't challenge. And the defender was then taken out of the game and he just took the ball on. And when you're thinking, that's just being able to read the game, that quality. I loved him. And it's one of my biggest regrets that we only had him for that one season.
It was. It was such a shame.
If we'd have built a team around him and moved on, who knows where we'd be now.
Yeah. I mean, we sold him for quite a lot of money at the time, which was a big fee, wasn't it, to Inter Milan he went to?
Inter Milan, yeah. 13 million.
30 million. And that was a lot of money them days, wasn't it? 13 million. Okay, where were we? Where were we with the answers?
So we're on to R, which Tony's obviously correctly said was Robert Rosario.
Rosario, yeah.
So we signed him from Norwich, 59 appearances before going on to Nottingham Forest. So that's R. So then S, our big cup upset, giant killing, was against Stoke City. Mark Hughes the sack.
Yeah, Mark Hughes. Remember his last game? That was his last game for Stoke. He was sacked the next day, I remember. Yes. He had a poor season really for Stoke, didn't he, Claudio? That season.
Yeah, it's the same of any club though. When they're struggling, I know it was giant killing, but we used to struggle, didn't we, against certain lower league teams? But we were struggling in the league as well, so the confidence is low.
It's not ideal, is it? Really, you don't really want that. I mean, it's just a banana skin waiting to happen, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
So on to T. So this was Name the Player. Played for Coventry City between 1995 and 2001, and also got one full cap for Scotland in a friendly against France, and that was Paul Telfer.
Paul Telfer. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he was more interested in golf.
Yeah, he's a great golfer. That's what. Yeah, he had no real interest in football outside that. It was his job. He just treated it exactly like that.
Amazing, really, isn't it? You don't get many players like that these days. But and he did a job for us, didn't he? He weren't the best. He weren't one of our star players, if you like. But
I never liked him.
He was. He did a job on it. He played on various positions. I don't know what. Where would you say his best position was?
Yeah, well, that's it. Exactly what you said there, Ken. Because it's almost like Strachan wouldn't leave him out of the team. He'd sooner play him in someone's position than play a person who should have been playing in that position.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it was frustrating. I used to find that frustrating. Play a left back as a left back. Don't play Paul Telfer. Don't play Paul Telfer centre mid when you've got a centre mid who could play centre mid. But he wouldn't leave him out of the team.
No, you're right. He
And
certainly.
he took him to Southampton, didn't he?
He did. I was about to say he was certainly one of Strachan's favourites, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Without a doubt. Okay.
So Josie Perdomo was given his debut against Aston Villa. What is his nationality though? And that was Uruguayan.
Uruguayan. Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't have got that. I forgot all about him, to be honest. Yeah. Some hard questions here. Okay, next one.
So this was the player we were talking about earlier. A bit disappointing. Played 24 league games during our promotion season from League Two, and that was Peter Vincenti.
Peter Vincenti. Nah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we saw him, I had quite big hopes for him. He looked like he could be a real player, and then it just faded as the season went on.
He did.
His looks were better than his playing.
He was tall, thin lad, weren't he? Tall, thin.
Yeah.
I remember rightly. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Would be interesting how many people got that one right. Okay.
So W, who is the oldest player to play in a first-team match for Coventry City? And that was Alf Word.
You got that, didn't you? Obviously, Claudio.
Yeah.
You got that.
Keeper.
Yeah. Alf Wood again, goalkeepers.
Peter
Vincenti,
his jersey he could play for. That was
What's it?
I knew that's what you were trying to say.
I know. I couldn't.
Jersey. Oh, Jesus. God. And then, of course, people forget about goalkeepers. And Alf Wood was a goalkeeper, so obviously we do tend to forget about goalkeepers sometimes, don't we? On appearances and age and stuff like that.
Quite often they do tend to play a bit older, don't they?
And of course, playing in goal, you're not doing that much running. Well, you certainly weren't them days. And they tend to play out from the back a lot more now, but them days they didn't. So they can play on for longer, can't they? Play on to, how old was he? Do you remember? How old was he when he
played? Now you're asking, I can't remember.
How old was he? How old was he? Did anybody know?
That's got me. That has.
Was in his 40s, I presume?
It'd have to be.
I'm thinking like 42, but I couldn't swear on that.
Well, maybe somebody out there will know.
I thought 41, so yeah, it's
maybe. Okay, next one then, Vic.
So this is the World Car one because I couldn't do an X. So it was which team did Coventry City beat to give Mark Robbins his first Sky Blue victory? And that was Oldham Athletic. And
the clue was, Claudio?
They are the second highest pitch above sea level.
Would never have guessed that. That's crazy.
And the other one being, I think, the Hawthorns.
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have not got all of those two.
I've ever been to Oldham 1980 FA Cup. We won 1-0. Tommy Hutchinson scored. I've never been so cold as that game.
Yeah.
Never. There used to be a wind that used to come across the back of the stand because it was open terrace. It was so cold. It was freezing day in January. And the following round, we had Blackburn Rovers away, and that was almost as cold. We lost that one. We were in the first division. They were in the third division. They beat us. They had Howard Kendall playing, Blackburn Rovers.
Oh, Howard Kendall, the old Everton manager.
Yeah, Duncan McKenzie.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, next one was Y. XY.
Yeah, so this was the midfielder and father of a current BBC Sports presenter, which is obviously Gabby Logan, and so Terry Yoreth.
Terry Yoreth, of course, played in Claudio's favourite era, wasn't it?
I think, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Fantastic player he was, Terry Yoreth, as well. Welsh international as well, wasn't he? So, but yeah. And of course, I think she was born in Coventry, weren't she? Yeah.
Yeah, she went to school in Coventry.
Yeah, she went to I think it was Whitney around that area. I remember her saying she's born in Coventry, and she used to be dragged along by her dad to watch Coventry City. So that was her club from the start. So, but she's moved on obviously to great things now, being a good sports presenter. So yeah. Okay, next one.
Well, so last question. So obviously Zed, the Peruvian international who played for Coventry City in the early 2000s.
Yeah. And now it's come up on there. I know who it is. I couldn't think. I thought, who the hell's that?
This is who Claudio predicted, though. He said this would be the answer to the question, didn't you, Claudio?
Yeah. And I know now. And as soon as that name came up, I thought, oh, God, I know. I remember him now. But I just couldn't think of anybody who was Zed. Could not think of anybody who was Zed. How many appearances did he make for us, Claudio? Do you know? How long was he here?
Oh, it was only about 13 or so, wasn't it? It wasn't many.
Not many.
It wasn't long, was it?
No.
It wasn't many at all.
No, I don't think it was. Okay. Right, get your answers together then, everybody. Let us know how you've done, and we'll get a winner.
So if we include the bonus questions, that's a chance to get 28 points.
28 points is up for grabs. Yes.
If we include the two.
We've got
bonus
Claudio's
questions.
extra bonus points, which he put in there. There's possibility of 28 points. So
but he played 30 matches. That's incredible.
Really?
Did he?
Did he play in the first season we got relegated then as well?
He could have. We could have. Yeah.
I don't know.
We virtually told everybody then. So.
Interesting. So get your answers in. While you're totting up all your answers, shall we have a look at Spot the Ball?
Yeah.
How many winners did anybody spot? I know I spotted. I've got 2 down here as winners. How many did you spot, Vic?
I got 4.
4. Okay, and who are they? I've got Luca, which is your lad, I think. Claudio, he's got. Go on.
Oh.
Then we got We Live and Die. Then there's Isabella. I'll have to go back through all the full names because I just was scribbling it. And Wayne. So there was 4 people that I saw.
And Wayne, okay. And what numbers have they gone for?
Well, are we going to put up the answer now and people?
Yeah, we'll put up the answer now. Yeah, put it up. Go on.
Right, one sec then.
No.
So Miles has done a sneaky one this week for everybody. And so 2 people got 7 and 2 people got 23.
Correct.
So
Why was 23 on its own out there? People are saying no balls around it, just the number 23. Well, that's the reason, because there was actually 2 balls, one in play, one just out of play as a spare ball. So anybody with number 7 and anybody with number 23 will go in the draw, obviously. So there's 2 balls. So we'll put you all in the draw, the ones everybody's got the correct answer. So I think there's only 4. Is that right? 4. I can't see any more.
I've been jotting them down as it's gone through. So yeah.
Yeah. So they're the answers. Number 23 and number 7. What we'll do is, Claudio, if you number them 1 to 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put a number 1, 2, 3, 4 for them 4 people, and then Vicky, we'll let you pick a number.
What's number 3? Number 3.
Oh.
Number 3. Okay, who's number 3, Claudia?
Sorry, say again. You want me to? I didn't put the names down, did I?
Oh, you didn't put the names down. Okay, we'll start again.
Should we do the other way around then? Should we do the other way around? I'll number them. Claudio can guess them. Claudio.
Go on then. You number them.
I'll say the number.
You number them, then, Vic. Just number the players.
Especially as my son is could be one of the winners. It's a bit,
That is possibility. Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
Right.
Not, of course, that you'd cheat at all.
No, but
no, of course.
Right then, I've numbered them.
Right. Okay. Go on then, Claudio. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
Number 2 is.
What are the chances?
Has he picked his lad out?
Luca. I'll put Luca for number 2.
Okay, well, there we go. That's it. Luca's a winner. Congratulations, mate. You've won a Sky Blue Fans TV mug and coaster. So there you go. Luca's a winner.
I'll tell you what.
There's
I'm gonna intervene here because he got a mug on Saturday, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I did give him a mug.
So go for number 3. Go for number 3.
That's Wayne.
Wayne. Okay,
Vaughan.
Wayne Vaughan. Okay, Wayne. Wayne Vaughan, who's a previous winner, I believe. But yeah, I don't think he's won a mug yet, though, has he? He won the shirt, didn't he, last time?
Yeah.
He won our shirt in our shirt competition. So, but we can get you a mug and a coaster out to you, mate, as a spot the ball winner. No problem. So that's this week's winners.
Ian's complimenting us on our prize drawing skills.
Yeah, we all got well oiled here. We're old traditional way of doing it. We haven't got no fancy machinery here.
I got distracted because I was looking at Zuniga's goal record before he came to us, which is astonishing.
Yeah.
So these appearances and then goals. So these, I won't say the clubs. 19. These are the appearances first. Goals 28, 22, 23 goals. 24, 26 goals, 18 appearances, 25 goals, 39 appearances, 32 goals, appearances for Coventry, 33 goals.
Really? Oh.
So he's like a goal machine.
Yeah.
So he was the South American Golden Boot winner for like year on year. He comes to us, can't score a goal. So there you go.
Well,
weird. Absolutely weird.
Okay. Right then, let's see if we can Nation Radio just comment top show. You three enjoyed it. Thanks very much, Tony. Appreciate your comment. Let's see if we can get a winner on the quiz then, shall we?
Yeah. So did anyone manage to get 28 out of 28?
Anybody out there got 28 out of 28? Comment now then, please. Anybody? 28 out of 28?
And then, if not, 27 out of 28? Always a good question from Glenn. Does anyone know the answer to this?
Did we sign two of them?
Two Peruvians.
At the same time? Oh, I don't know. Possibly.
Do you reckon we got the wrong bloke? Do you reckon it wasn't Zuniga who came? A bit like that guy at Southampton.
I can't remember who signed him. Who was the manager that signed him then?
Strachan.
Strachan, weren't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if there was another one with him. I'm not sure.
Anyway, so did anyone get 26 out of 28?
26 we're looking for. 26.
25. I'm sure I saw someone got 25 earlier. There you go. Glenn had got 25. So can anyone beat Glenn with 25 out of 28?
Glenn's got 25, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone beat that or draw with that? Comment now or
give him a little so. Anybody's got 25? Glenn is the only one at the moment. Doesn't look like it. I think a 24. Was it Ian Small 24?
Yeah.
So Ian would be in second place. Anybody else? Anybody got 24 then? 24. So Glenn's the winner.
Well done, Glenn.
Well done, Glenn. Congratulations from the Sky Hub, Glenn Watkins. We'll get you a Sky Fans TV mug and coaster for you on the way. 24. Anybody who got 24? Let's have a look who comes second. I think it's Ian.
Ian did well.
Yeah. 23. Anybody? Anybody with 23? No.
It looks like Ian and Glenn must have been the sort of
top two.
In a way.
I presume the rest of them were 22 and below. Yeah. I can't see anybody else. There's a couple of. So, yeah, they're the top two then, I think, Ian and Glenn. So,
but like we said, it's the taking part that counts. I hope everyone's really enjoyed it. And thanks all for taking part and joining us this evening. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about a bit of fun. I'm sure we all had a bit of fun on. We got some interesting info off Claudio. You enjoyed it, didn't you, Claudio? Although you're disappointed you couldn't take part.
No, not really. I did want to point out, a couple of people have mentioned the Binks being on loan from Bologna, but he was at Como last season. from
Right,
Bologna.
okay.
He did come to us from Como, if that makes any sense. But Dennis Wise is the president of Como.
Right, well, that's very interesting. I didn't even know that. Glenn said, thank you very much. Good fun. What's that saying? Martinez, although was Guru Pavilion or was
There
that
was
the other player?
Hondurans there. Yeah, there was 2 Hondurans that signed.
Yeah, Ian Small says that as well.
Yeah, that's right. We made some very poor signings in that late 90s era. Some really
we
bad.
did. Tony said you're banned from playing the quiz. Good night. Good night, team. Thanks very much, Ian, for listening and taking part. Enjoyed it. That's it, I think.
We're going to say, weren't we, Ken, that if anybody wants to join us, just drop us an email if you want to be a guest.
Anybody out there who wants to come on as a guest, they're more than welcome. They can come live on the show as a guest. Just give us a message, send a message to info@ScarberryFans TV, and then we will, with your details, contact number, we'll send you a link. We'll arrange a day. We have a show on a Thursday and a Sunday. So you're welcome. It's nice to have some new voices out there coming on as guests. You're more than welcome to come on. So just send us your details. Anybody out there wants to come on as a guest, you're more than welcome. Just send us your details by email to info@scarberryfans.co.uk, and then we'll get in touch with you and we'll get you on the show either on a Thursday or on a Sunday. There's no show. Talking of shows, there's no Sunday show this week because of the international break. We're all having a little bit of a rest, putting our feet up. The next show will be on Thursday. Next Thursday, I shall be back on next Thursday. Miles will be back from holiday, but I'm not sure what time he gets back, so he probably won't be doing the show. So I'll probably do it next Thursday, even though Miles is back. And then, of course, our next game is Bristol City on Saturday, where we'll have a live stream outside the ground. Miles will be outside the ground live from about 2 o'clock outside Ashton Gate. So we'll all be back then. And we'll have another Spot the Ball, of course, on Thursday. And we'll be talking Bristol City. We'll have a Bristol City fan on as well. So there'll be plenty more to look forward to. So there's no show this Sunday. We can all have a bit of a break. International football is great, isn't it? We all love international breaks. And of course, you've got to meet the players on Tuesday on the same night when England play Italy, Claudio. Yeah. Can you give us a prediction for that game, Claudio? What do you think?
Yeah, I think England will win. I think a comfortable 2-0. They got too much firepower for Italy nowadays. The Italian defence is nowhere near like it used to be. England going forward have got some great players, in all honesty. If they play right, there'll be too much for Italy. But, I mean, we've got the old Napoli manager, so he's a bit more forward-thinking than.
Although you have improved in recent years, haven't you, Italy? You've got some good.
We did win the Euros last time out, if you remember.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah, vaguely.
That was a nice feeling. But no, I think it's going to be England win.
Yeah.
I can't see Italy coming out, to be honest. I think the best they'll hope for is a draw. I mean, all we'll be thinking now is we've got to do better than Ukraine.
Yeah.
Second spot, basically.
Yeah. Victoria, how can you see the game going? Do you think England will win? Too much firepower?
Yeah, I think so. I'd go 2-0 as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think England's got too much up front for I think they've got the best forward line probably in the world probably at the moment.
It's a bit of a transitional stage, aren't they? That's the thing. Like, they obviously win the Euros, but it's a sort of transitional stage now.
Yeah, and if they're all playing, they're all on form at the same time. It's sensational, the players that Gareth Southgate can call upon. Okay, they might not be great at the back these days. That's probably where the issues are going to be at the back. But certainly going forward, and then midfield attacking roles, they've got some fantastic players to choose from, haven't they? So, there's only probably teams like France and.
Well, Harry Kane is on fire in Munich.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham is just ridiculous for his age. So he's dragging Real Madrid up to a league championship, and I reckon probably Champions League the way he started for them. So I think too much firepower.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if England don't win. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I will. To be honest.
So I think the best place for me is at the Sky Blue Tavern.
Tuesday, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of TVs there, so I'm sure the score will filter through.
Yeah.
And we don't know who the players are yet either. So
No,
that's so we don't know either, so we can't tell you, I'm afraid. So that's on Tuesday night. You can book your tickets for the Sky Blue Tavern on the for the Sky Blue Tavern website. They're on sale right now as we speak. Few more comments before we wrap it up. Keith Ray, I was robbed. You started while I was at work. Oh, Keith, sorry. We do start at 7:30, unfortunately. Yes.
It needs to get on the same time. Yeah. It's 7 hours behind, I think.
Yeah. Cracking fun. Thank you, Cov Andy. Nicola Norman, thanks all. Great quiz. Thanks, Nicola. And thank you very much for taking part, everybody. Thanks for the winners. Congratulations to the winners, which is Wayne. He won Spot the Ball. Although it was a little bit of a sly one from Miles. He picked 2 balls on there, so there's 2 lots of balls to get. So he gave you double chance, really, I suppose. So Wayne was the winner on that. And congratulations to Glenn, who got 25 out of 28 in the big quiz. So we'll have another quiz again shortly. We'll just stay tuned. We'll announce when the next quiz will come. We'll do them on a regular basis now because a lot of people enjoy it. So we will enjoy it. And you did enjoy it, Victoria, didn't you?
Yeah, good fun. Yeah.
Some great questions.
Quiz.
Yeah, I can't beat a good old quiz. And Claudio is Mr. Quiz. You always enjoy a quiz, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there is a question of sport quiz coming up at the tavern soon. So
We're looking for. Were you still looking for another player?
I think we're looking for another player. So and that's internal team. So if there's anybody out there that wants to put a team in, even the team in the audience, there's teams. So get in contact with the Sky Blue Tavern, get your tickets sorted, and that's on the end of the month, I believe, on the 26th, is it, or 28th?
Yeah, no, 26th.
That's Question of Sport at the Sky Blue Tavern. That should be a good night. That'll be hosted by ourselves and Sky Blue Extra. So that should be another good night. And we're going to try and do it as close to the real Question of Sport as possible. So there will be like what happened next and stuff like that, and on the big screen, hopefully, if all the technical things go right on the night. So that'll be interesting. So it'll be a good bit of fun as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, that's it then. We're about time. We've gone over a little bit tonight, but we enjoyed it. Who cares? We enjoyed it. And we'll be back. Not Sunday. Remember, not Sunday. You can relax Sunday. There's no show on Sunday, but we're back next Thursday night, 7:30, with myself and the guys. And
normal length show.
Normal length show. Hopefully not as long as this one. And we'll see you then. So it's Play Up Sky Blues. Thanks very much, everyone.
Play Up Sky Blues.
Good night.
Yeah.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.